process. But I would like to draw your attention to this. From the main courtyard up to this point, you will notice that the doors keep getting smaller. It was done such a way that one person comes in at a time, so that they could be able to control or making sure that nobody escapes. And if you look at this also, this was the height of the door or the entrance, but when slave trade began, it was reduced this way. So one in, one out. Now this also is the door of no return. Initially, it was a bit wider, so narrowed. People keep asking, what about if some of the captives were big? The point is that by the end of 2-3 months in the dungeons, they would have lost weight. The water was much closer. Today it has receded, it's still moving backwards. So when they walk down here on the stairs, smaller boats or canoes will pick them from here to the ship, which are anchored some distance away, and then the middle passage, the journey across the Atlantic to the Caribbean, the Americas began. They were already weak from the dungeons, and that explains why a lot of them died in the process. We have several records telling us the number of people who were involved, those who were captured, those who died, those who survived. One of it is saying that when you take every 3 captives, 2 died, 1 survived. Saying that some 20 million people made it.
40 million died.
That's correct. At the ratio, 40 million died. Now, this is what I keep thinking about. In our normal, traditional business, the more you sell, all things being equal, higher the profit. So if you have 60 million people, 60 million worth of goods, and 40 million will go waste, then it tells you that the business you are in doesn't make sense.
Right.
But when you go through, you get some possible reason. For them, they believe that those people who go through all these difficulties, they were the best.
Yeah.
When sent on the plantation, who could work much harder. And if they had allowed them to live as normal as possible, they would revolt. So let's get them weak. That is it. Like I said, if you look around, you see a lot of reeds, bottles, whatever, being sent here by people. People would like to pray to connect to their ancestors. Others would like to lay wreaths and so forth. So at this point, I'll give you a few minutes. Those of you who want to do the same, say a word or so, you can do that. Those who want to touch the walls, we'll do that before we continue.